In June 2012, Spec Ops The Line was released on PS3, Xbox 360, Windows, Mac OS X, and Linux. Even though it got mostly positive reviews, it was a financial failure. On PriceCharting.com, the value of the game is $13 to $15 complete. Then January 2024 rolled around, and it was delisted on digital stores because some of the music licensing ran out in the game. So, what happened the next day? The price shot up crazily on eBay. I already had my PS3 copy and recently obtained the Xbox 360 version. So the question is Spec Ops The Line worth paying $50, $75, $100? Is it a game that you need to play and have in your collection no matter the cost? Or is it something that you should just want to find at a bargain price, like it was before the delisting hype? Before we continue, hit that like button. And 85% of you watching Game Closet's videos aren't subscribers yet. So please hit the subscribe button before you forget. Thank you for subscribing. So let's you and me play Spec Ops The Line. Is it worth it? Is it that big of a deal? Let's find out. Subscribe style. I've had the PlayStation 3 version in my collection for years, but you are seeing the Xbox 360 version that I recently obtained here. As you can see for yourself, it's actually a pretty good looking game. I started this game thinking, okay, I'm going to be playing another military shooter. I like military shooters, don't get me wrong, but I am a campaign guy, and yes, if you're saying, he probably sucks at COD multiplayer, you are 100% correct. I do. I just can't keep up. I also don't know every nook and cranny of every Call of Duty or Battlefield map like most players do. Frankly, I don't have the patience, the attention span, or the desire to start playing a COD or Battlefield game day one and not go outside for weeks on end. That's just me. You do you, I do me. And you can tell me how many digital soldiers you shot around the water cooler. Trust me, I will be slightly envious since I suck at multiplayer. But while you were doing that, I was doing something else.
She was doing me, and I was doing her.
I digress. Spec Ops The Line on 7th generation consoles and PCs was a perfectly good military shooter. The graphics are quite amazing. The story takes place in a post-war Dubai and surrounding desert. You may think, great, all drab, tan, beige, and gray. And you would be wrong. The colors and contrasts in this game are amazing to behold, which is more than I can say for a lot of military shooters set in a desert or a jungle. Many times in those games, well, you end up seeing everything blend in and you get tired of looking at it. All I see is the f***ing wall. Actually, everything is quite distinct. Honestly, this is more like an 8th generation game than some 8th generation games.
It's better than this piece of shit.
The all-digital landscape creates problems in many ways. In the all-digital future, a music license expires, the game gets delisted. This means usually that the game is gone forever. This is exactly why physical and digital editions of games should exist side by side.
If there are physical copies of games, whether it's a great game or not so great, and the game is delisted digitally, then at least there's a physical edition for us to play out there in the world. Heck, even crappy games deserve a chance to live and breathe forever. Well, maybe not that one.
In great games, there is really good sound design, and sometimes there is amazing sound design. Have a quick listen to these ambient sounds from the game.
What?
You rarely get this level of care put into a game's sound design, and if the ambient sound was this good, you know everything else was just amazeballs. Interestingly enough, the way this game plays and even most of the controls remind me of Gears of War. Just grounded on Earth, without the alien world, the COG super soldiers, and the Locust. The controls were quite good. It was like they mashed Halo classic controls into Gears of War controls. The cover system was very similar to Gears as well. Now, campaigns come and campaigns go. Some are just great like Gears of War, especially Gears of War 2, and some are mediocre like Haze on PS3, which I actually did like as a couch co-op game. I liked the story of this game until the very end. Now, you may agree or disagree, especially if you've been in the military. I don't want to spoil anything here, so I won't. But there is a surreal element to this game. and you get to make a choice at the very end. Well, actually, you can make a choice and there's 3 different endings. If you choose one way or the other, you just get a different ending, and you may not like the outcome. I hope it just doesn't change how you feel about playing the game itself. Think of it like having a great dinner at a nice restaurant. Now you're having a great time, the waitress is an amazing person, friendly, knowledgeable, and as fast as lightning. You're with great company, the atmosphere and food is top of the town fantastic, but you get a little soft drink spilled on your pants right before you leave. That sucks, right? But would it stop you from going back? Well, maybe it would for some, but not for me. That's how I feel about Spec Ops The Line. Everything was excellent, and I wasn't a huge fan of the ending, and I mean the endings after the credits. I mean, it was okay, but not everything has to turn out the way I like. Look at Max Payne. That poor guy lost everything, but we still play the hell out of that game over and over. Spec Ops The Line wasn't meant to be Call of Duty or Battlefield. Thankfully, it was something different that was good, and that's why I will definitely play it again with a big smile on my face. After playing the game all the way through, I can honestly say that for a 2012 era game, which is just a campaign now and no longer has multiplayer, you can still play versus one another via System Link LAN Party if you wish. In my opinion, Spec Ops The Line is not worth 50 to 100 hours used and complete. I had a lot of fun with the game, and to me personally, I would easily pay $25 to $30 to play this campaign if the game was complete. Like and subscribe below. We'll see you very, very soon. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please hit the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm spread the video to more awesome people just like you. Subscribe for more here in Dr. Scott's Game Closet, and there's plenty more where this one came from, so click on a video for more video game shenanigans. We'll see you all very, very soon.